Yo, what is up? What is up, folks? Thursday. Let's get situated. Thursday, April the 22nd, 2021. It feels like December the 22nd with the weather outside. You see, I'm rocking a hoodie for the first time in, I think, months, actually. It's been a while, but here we are. So, April the 22nd, 2021, Thursday, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in, of course. It is game day. South Carolina, Arkansas, as you see behind me. Woo pig, absolutely not. Go Cox. Appreciate you all tuning in, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377, guys. Hey, before we get going to everything, I want to tell you about my friends over at Flex Squad Fitness because the Daily Crow is presented to you by our friends at Flex Squad Fitness. And CJ Profit, the man behind it all, guys. He's been a certified personal trainer for 10 years. The reason he's so good at what he does is because he's been there, done that, right? He struggled with his own weight for many years until he eventually lost 85 pounds himself doing the exact same type of training that he does at the gym currently. Guys at Flex Squad, they do one-on-one and small group training. Their program is a mix of strength, high-intensity interval training, and endurance training. And guys, the goal is to not only help people look great on the outside, but more importantly, make them stronger and more confident on the inside. And guys, like I said, CJ, he's been there. He's done that. He's lost the weight. He's gone through the grind. He's gone through the physical struggle, the mental struggle, everything you kind of go through on a fitness journey, if you will. CJ has been there, done that. And again, that's one of the reasons, I think the main reason that he is so good at what he does. He's going to be there for you every single step of the way, keep you accountable, make custom workout plans, custom nutrition plans. Everything you need to be successful, CJ is going to be there for you. The place, guys, it changes people inside and out. You're not going to regret walking in the door. You're probably just going to wish that you did it sooner. And guys, right now they're offering a free week for anyone who wants to try out their classes or 2 free one-on-one sessions to see what they're all about. Or guys, if you go there right now and tell them that Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you, you're going to get your first month free. Guys, it's a no-brainer if you're in the Columbia area, Chapin, of course, or in the state of South Carolina, and you're looking for a new personal trainer, you're looking for a new gym to go to, or you're looking to start your fitness journey, look no further than Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin, South Carolina. Again, guys, that's Flex Squad Fitness in Chapin, South Carolina. Be sure to check them out and tell them, especially CJ, tell my guy CJ, Chris from the Spurs Up Show sent you. Guys, what's up? Thursday, April the 22nd, 2021. Game day. It's a big day. Very excited. Of course, I've been excited all week long, and now we're finally here as South Carolina set to take on Arkansas tonight, 7 o'clock first pitch on the SEC Network. Podcast is out this morning, of course, breaking everything down with the series. I gave my official prediction on the show, which we can talk about that. We can talk about spring football. If you want to talk about the spring game, I'd love to hear you guys' predictions for the baseball series. Hey, maybe we can talk predictions for, does football play on Saturday? Does baseball play Saturday with the weather? We got a lot to get into here on a Thursday. Travis Royal, what's going on? Todd Smith, Virgil, Sean, Chad, Phil, Shane Hall, Cody Gaskins, Savannah Webster, Ritter, Justin, Kyle. What's going on, everybody? What's up? Let's see. Virgil Livingston, you wanted barbecue yesterday. How about big fat barbecued Razorback tonight? You know what's funny about that? I actually went to Lowe's yesterday and went grocery shopping. I don't know if you guys have ever been there in Columbia, but it is a legendary spot. And they actually sell barbecue, and I got myself some barbecue, and I thought to myself, yep, buying some old Razorback. So, yeah, got me some barbecue, though, for sure. I haven't eaten it yet, but I did get some barbecue. So, Sean O'Brien, what's up? Shane Hall, 0123, is the spring game getting rescheduled? So, we should know everything we need to know regarding spring game, baseball game Saturday. We should know by this afternoon is what everybody's saying, is what USC has said. So we should know by this afternoon. If I had to guess, guys, I'll tell you this. I'll give you my prediction for what I think is going to happen. And sorry, I keep messing with my hair, man. I need a haircut at some point. I've told myself I'm not going to cut my hair until we lose a series. We haven't lost a series yet. So I'm hoping I don't have to cut my hair after this week, or after this weekend. But, so my prediction, though, I think here's what's going to happen. I think baseball will play a doubleheader tomorrow. Because here's the thing. You can play football in the rain. I don't think necessarily they'd play the spring game in the rain, but you can play football in the rain. You cannot play baseball in the rain. You cannot do it. So, you can't play Sunday because there's an SEC rule. You have 3 days to play 3 games. So I think it's smart to play a doubleheader. If you can play at like 4 and then 7:30 or 4 and 8 even, do that because you don't want to not get all 3 games in. So I think that's going to be the move there. And then, hey, do they move the spring game to Sunday? Do they Do they not even have a spring? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they'll do. I don't, because you can't put 15,000 people in the indoor facility. Obviously, that's just impossible. So I don't know what they're going to do football-wise. I think baseball-wise, though, I think you're going to see a doubleheader tomorrow, which I know it's going to inconvenience everybody no matter what happens. It's going to inconvenience everybody. But you got to do something, man. You got to get the baseball games in. I mean, the last thing you want to do is not have the third game played, and all of a sudden we get to the end of the season, and that one game is a game that's making a difference for the overall SEC standings and stuff like that. You just can't do that. So, yeah. Chris Bennett, what's up? Brian Bennett says we won't have any games this weekend. I mean, it's a 100% chance of rain Saturday. So I kind of agree. And I'm normally one that's really positive about it, but it's tough to see it happening. Daryl says hearing spring game maybe Sunday at 1:00. Is that true? I don't know. I have not heard any official word. I mean, I've seen rumors of maybe Sunday, but I think it's all just kind of a guess at this point, to be honest with you. Let's see. Which I'd be down for Sunday. That'd be cool with me. It'd be kind of weird to have nothing on Saturday, but I'd be down for Sunday. Why not? James Kendall says, come to Charleston and get Rodney Scott ribs. Thank me later on a sauce-laden napkin. Will do. Joshua Jenkins, is it just me, or did I thought Arkansas first guy was not Bolden? It said he was starting tonight. Yeah. No, that surprised me too. They changed up their weekend rotation. Heck, they got a TBA on Sunday. So, yeah, that really surprised me. I don't know what the deal is, what the problem is. I don't know. Oh, whoops, my freaking GoPro was on. So again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. I'll go ahead and open up the phone lines. I hope they're already open. I thought they were. Let's see. No, they're not. That's my bad. Okay, so phone lines are open. 843-790-3377. Savannah Webster, that means they're taking us serious. I mean, I think they're taking us serious either way. I would certainly not. I don't think. Why would Arkansas not take it seriously? I guess I don't. I mean, I'll just put it to you this way: you're not as good a team as they are. Like, teams aren't. If you don't take teams seriously, if you don't take your competition seriously, you're not a good team. You're not. There's no team that's ever done that. So, yeah, I mean, they're taking this series seriously either way, no question. Tyler Watts, do you think Harris is having any issues to be concerned about? I don't think so. I mean, it's spring ball, man. They're not going to push him. You know, here's the thing. You know what you have in Kevin Harris. He doesn't even need to play the spring game. You know what I mean? And that's how most spring games go. I think when I was talking to Chris Marler, which is on today's podcast, he was talking about they had like 10 or 12 guys sit, I think, for Alabama. So, I mean, and here's the thing, too, we talked about, which I'd love to get you guys' thoughts on this. Players are opting out for normal games, right? They are. I mean, we literally saw it on our team last year. Why would players want to play the spring game if they don't even want to play real games? Because you can get hurt just the same in the spring game, right? Does that not make sense? I mean, if you're a legitimate starter, like if you're a no doubt starter, why would you play the spring game? Like, why? It's just one extra game you don't need to play. I mean, if you're going to sit out a normal game, I don't know. That's just kind of the way. I mean, I'm not saying I want them to sit out, obviously, but I mean, you have just as much chance to get hurt in a spring game as you do a regular season game. So, Chris Bennett says you were spot on this morning to win game one. We got to start off with the bats hot. Can't wait till the fifth or sixth inning to score. Yeah, dude, my mind has been in one place all day today and yesterday for that matter. A 1-2-3 top of the first inning. Just I need a 1-2-3 top of the first inning more than I need air to breathe. Honestly, I just want to see Thomas Farr 10 to 12 pitch inning, easy, get the boys off the field, and let's get this thing going. That's what I want to see. Honestly, dude, if you look back, and I meant to do this too, we can do it right now. I meant to look back, and again, like I've told you guys before about Thomas Farr, it has not to put it all on him is just, it's foolish. It's been a team effort, like Mark Kingston said. The entire team has got to play better, bottom line. But if you look back at his previous 4 starts, which I'm about to do, okay, and I'm going to go play by play, which actually I don't know if that'll. I don't know if this will work how I want it to. Okay. Anyways, his last couple starts, let me just make the point. His last couple starts, there have been a lot of high-stress pitches in the first inning. Pitch count has been very high in the first inning. I mean, this is – all right, here we go. I'll go play-by-play. I won't have total number of pitches, but I will have play-by-play as far as to what happened. Starting all the way back with the Florida game. And this is weeks ago, right? Florida put up a 2-spot in the top of the first. They went walk, single, strikeout, fly out. So he did a good job getting out of that. I know we all remember that. Georgia, not a bad inning, not terrible. Fly out, double, strikeout, fly out. I thought Farr pitched really well at Georgia, by the way. But the last 2 starts, okay? Mizzou, walk, strikeout, double, strikeout. Which I'm trying to think how. That's crazy he didn't give up a run there. Crazy. But a lot of pitches in that inning, too. I remember specifically a lot of pitches. Hey, 3-2 to the first guy that walked. 3-2 to the second guy who struck out. Double on the first pitch. Went 1-2. Went 2-2. Then LSU. We all know he threw like 20 pitches in the first. Single. A steal. Pop-up, but he got to 3-2. A homer. A single. A pop-up on a 3-1. And a hit by pitch, and then a fly out, right? Gave up 2 runs. Again, I'm not sitting here. I'm not making the point to say that Thomas Farr has thrown terribly, but it has been a lot of pitches. It has been high-stress pitches. And again, the pitch count has gotten up to 20, 25 or so pitches early. The first inning. Give me a quick first inning. Give me a 1-2-3. Give me a 10 to 12 pitch first inning. A stress-free inning to start the game. Thomas Farr, we need that more than we need air to breathe. That's going to be the key to Thomas Farr, man. He's got to get off to a better start. Like I said, in these game ones, everybody has to be better. To put it all on Thomas Farr is foolish. We got to hit better. But guess what? Thomas Farr's trotting out there first tonight. So he needs to set the tone. He needs to be attacking the strike zone, trusting his stuff, and let it eat and let it work and fill up the zone and throw strikes. Dude, if I am Skylar Meade, I know this is going to sound crazy to a lot of you, but if I'm Skylar Meade, I am literally telling Thomas Farr, hey, this first inning, I want you to throw it right down the middle. Just throw it right in the middle. Just pump it in there. Make them hit it. Do not fall behind. Do not walk, guys. Arkansas, I posted this last night, has shown 224 walks, guys. They lead the SEC. They're patient. They will take pitches. Very patient. They're a good lineup. Give me a 1-2-3 top of the first. You can't win the game in the first inning, but you can make it very tough on yourself. You can almost damn near lose it. You know what I mean? So just give me a 1-2-3 top of the first, man. That's all I'm asking for. Robbie Davis texts in, Chris, hope you're doing well on this wonderful Thursday. Like I said earlier, with runners on, we have to capitalize and get them in. We cannot leave runners stranded if we want to beat Arkansas. Love your show, go Gamecocks, and to heck with all this rain. Yeah. No, it hasn't started raining yet, but yeah, that rain seems like it's definitely coming. What is tomorrow's weather like? Let's see here. Let's see. Tomorrow. Okay, high of 73, so it's actually going to be pretty nice tomorrow. All right, let's jump to the phone lines real quick. Skyland, what's up, man?
What's up? How you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Doing real good. I'm pumped for tonight. That's for sure. Finally here.
I am too.
What are your by the way, just off the baseball stuff, what's your thoughts on the spring game? Do you think they move it?
You can't move it the next week because of the dead period. So that's out of
It'd have to be Sunday.
If they are. It has to be Sunday.
Right.
Starting Monday, the dead period, you cannot do shit.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, but I was calling to give you my prediction on this weekend.
All right, let's hear it.
I think you definitely have to pitch well, because if you get in a slugfest with Arkansas, you're just going to lose, because Arkansas is going to out-hit you if you get in a slugfest.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this weekend you have to score 6-7 runs, and pitching has to hold them to under 5 a game.
Yeah.
Because they're going to score some runs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
So I think you got to at least score 7 a game, and you have to hold them to under 5.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I made this point. You held LSU to 7 runs last week, and I know it was 2 7-inning games for games 2 and 3, but I don't think you're going to hold Arkansas to 7 runs in 3 games. I mean, I'd love to see it. But I mean,
yeah.
If you do, your pitching staff goes from, we're thinking it's pretty good to you're elite on the mound. You're elite. So.
Yes.
And I'm not saying it's not possible. I mean, I like our guys. I mean, the key will be, as simple as it sounds, the key will be throwing strikes, getting ahead, and hitting spots. You know what I mean? If you can stay off the middle of the plate, if you can live on the corners and stay ahead in the count, our guys have good enough stuff to make anybody look bad. But that's a much easier task, much easier said than done. You know what I mean? So, but Arkansas, I think the biggest thing is you just can't fall behind, dude. They're too good. They've shown they'll be patient. You got to get ahead, stay ahead. And, when you get a guy in an 0-2 or a 1-2, you got to be able to finish him. So, it's a great challenge, man. I can't wait to watch it. It's going to be a great challenge for us.
If I'm Meade or Kingston, I go in there and tell my pitching, solo homers are not going to beat you.
Right.
Solo homers are not going to beat you. Because they're going to hit home runs this weekend.
And you got to trust that we are too. Yeah, you got to trust that we are too. That's,
Yeah, but you can't give them free bases, because when they start hitting them home runs on the guys on base and you walk, and that's when they're going to start beating you by a couple of solo home runs.
Yeah.
I give them up, because they're not going to beat you.
Yeah, solo shots won't kill you. But yeah, like you said, when you start
on first and second,
right, you start walking guys, hit by pitches, and you start getting some traffic on the base path. That's when bad things happen. So, and as we know, walks and errors and hit by pitches and just free base runners, they tend to score more often than not for whatever reason. So,
yeah, well, I'm excited. I'm definitely ready to get down there. I'm ready to get off work at 4:30.
Yeah, I'm ready to eat some wings, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm just gonna pick you up, or unless you want to meet me somewhere, I'm just gonna pick you up.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, yeah, we'll talk about it after this. But
I'll call you when I get out of work.
Yeah. No, I'm looking forward to it, man. For sure, we're gonna have a good time. So.
Oh yeah, I got some people coming tomorrow, because I'm pretty sure we're going to play at 4, then play at 7:30.
Yeah, I think that's just what you're going to have to do, man. I don't think you can risk it and try to play Saturday when the weather's literally telling you it's going to be 100%. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
If you play 2 9-inning games, you're looking at 4 and 8. But if you play 2 7s, you're looking at 4 and 30.
And from what I've heard from Kingston, I think he wants to play 2 9s. I do. So I don't know, and we'll see. I'd be down with 4 and 8, bro. What's kind of crazy? I was thinking about this. If they do that, it's gonna feel very much like a regional type of feel. You know how like the regional games are like stacked on one another. Like it's gonna feel like that. It's gonna feel like that. So
right. But back to the spring game. If you move it to Sunday, of course, it's going to interfere with some church scores. And I'm not a church goer, but
right.
I mean, there are people that go to church. So 2, you put it at like right at 2, it's over by 4. It gives people time to get out of church.
I mean, it's gonna inconvenience everybody no matter what. You know what I mean? It just it is what it's. But what's the other option? Not have a spring game? I mean,
I mean, they can use it as a practice day, and because basically that's what the spring game is. It's a practice day.
Right. Yeah, it's a scrimmage.
So
It's
they
the
gotta use
final.
that one.
It's the
Yeah.
final scrimmage of the spring. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, but yeah, you gotta definitely most likely move it to Sunday,
Yeah.
which I'll be okay with. So I'll be down there.
Yeah. No, yeah,
All
for
right,
sure.
brother. Well, I'll call you when I get off.
All right, man. Sounds good. I'll hit you up.
All right,
All right.
later.
Later. Good stuff. 843-790-3377, guys. That's 843-790-3377. Real quick, just for the vlog. Going to be a legendary weekend for the vlog, folks. Hey, if you're out and about, would love to get you on here. Make sure we're... There we go. Okay, much better. Yeah, like I said, legendary weekend for the vlog. Boom, boom. The Daily Crow is always popping, like I said. The Daily Crow is always popping. If you guys are out and about, say what's up, holler. We'll get you on Behind the Beak. Why not? Savannah Webster, prediction on the podcast. I've got the Razorbacks winning 2 of 3. And that is not to sit here and say I don't believe that we can win the series. I believe we could sweep. It's not, I think we're good enough to do that. We got to win a game 1. I don't think we win this series if we lose tonight. I just don't. At some point, some team is going to make you pay. And I could be totally wrong. Maybe we lose tonight and we still win the series. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm not saying if we lose tonight, pack it up. But I just think at some point, you know what? You play with fire long enough, you're going to get burned. I honestly thought it was going to happen last weekend. And I think you got a huge break getting that Friday night game pushed back and having the doubleheader on Saturday. I really do, because I just thought to myself, you know what? Game 2, night game at Alex Box. They've got all the momentum. Going to be tough to come out of there with a dub. But again, I thought you got a little bit of a break there. But I'm picking Arkansas to win 2 out of 3. And the reason is because it's hard for me to pick us to win a game 1, and we haven't done so in like 4 weeks. So, we can do it. I know we can do it. I trust in the guys. I believe in the guys. But right now, that's my prediction. I've got the Razorbacks taking 2 out of 3. I think Arkansas is a really, really good team. Again, they're the number 1 team in the country for a reason, guys. You're not playing some scrubs this weekend. So I think it'll be a great series. I think it'll be 3 great games. I hate to go into a weekend and say, oh, you have to win tonight. You have to win tonight. I hate to say that, but I just think you really need to win tonight, man. I think you really, really need to win tonight. Savannah Webster's a doubleheader change your prediction. No, it actually doesn't. Not this weekend, it doesn't. I'm almost already assuming in my head they're going to play a doubleheader Friday. So, no, I still think you need to win tonight. I just do. I think you need to win tonight. Bottom line. So, Justin, everyone here in YouTube, let's get a thumbs up to boost the show. Thank you, Justin. I appreciate that. Justin says, I agree with that. He has good breaking movement down the middle. By the time they commit to swing, it'll be gone. Talking about Thomas Farr. Yeah. Dude, just pump it in there. At least the first inning, just get your boys off the field, get the momentum going, and let's get it rocking. So, Matt Sellers says, how do they take BP against SEC ace caliber type pitching? Game 1 hitting has been a struggle. Well, you face off against Thomas Farr, I guess, and you got other pitchers, too, that could throw to you, and you've just been facing aces all season, so you just make an adjustment, man. You make an adjustment, bottom line. It's still baseball, but, these guys that pitch on these game 1s, they're legit. They're big time. So, Sean O'Brien, I would give it a few more years before it comes a norm for starters to sit out spring games. It'll turn to an opportunity for second and third stringers to showcase their stuff. Yeah, like I said, I'm just saying that, players are opting out of regular season games. So you think to yourself, you're like, okay, if they're not going to play a regular season game, why would they play in a spring game? I don't want them to do that, but it just makes sense, I feel like. Dakota says, who do you think breaks out as wide receiver 1? Whew. That's a great question. I thought Amarian Brown from Georgia Tech was going to be that guy. You haven't heard much about him in spring, I think, because he's been dealing with a nagging injury. But from what he's, looking at the film, what he did last year at Georgia Tech, I feel like that dude is a big-time ball player. Like, I think he's going to be a real playmaker for us. Outside of him, You got a bunch of guys, man, who steps up. You know, Rico Powers, Jakari Caldwell, Xavier Legette, Josh Van, Dak Joyner, Chad Terrell. I mean, the list just goes on and on, man. You have guys, you have options. Who's going to take that next step and be a dude? You know what I mean? So, Dakota, do you think we'll see an apparent wide receiver one after the spring game? See, it's tough to say because how much stock do you put in the spring game? Like, I think a guy that could break out tomorrow or, Saturday or whenever the heck they play the spring game would be a guy like Dak Joyner. I'm really excited to see how they're going to use Dak Joyner. Does he get featured a little bit more at the wide receiver position? But it's tough to say, from the spring game. I mean, how much stock do you put in the spring game? You know what I mean? How much stock do you put in it? So, I mean, I don't put a ton of stock in the spring game, to be totally honest with you guys. I mean, it's fun to see the team get out there, and it's fun to see the new guys and all that. But I mean, again, it's still just a scrimmage, so it's just practice. So again, guys, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Daryl says, yeah, you nailed it, Chris. Leadoff walks have been hurting far early, and all the 3-ball counts stay ahead, get that first batter, and settle in. Yeah, I agree. 110%. Yep. Sven Webster, is Lloyd's rehab taking longer than usual? No, I actually think he's recovering quicker than normal. I mean, they're being careful. But from what I hear, he's recovering beautifully. So, I don't know. Let's jump back to the phone lines here.
Phil Harris.
Hey, Phil, what's up, man? How are you?
Chris, how you doing, my brother?
I'm doing great. Just really excited, man. I'll tell you this before you get going, that because you just kind of reminded me. But what I really was thinking before I came on the live, I was like, I don't know what's going to happen this weekend. Who knows with Salcon and Arkansas or whatever. But it feels so good. It tickles me inside how excited everybody is for baseball. Like it just, you know what I mean? Like it's really beautiful to see how pumped everybody is for baseball. So I don't know. If nothing else, that's, it that puts a smile on my face. We'll put it that way. So,
yeah. I mean, I think even people that don't pay too much attention to baseball should be looking at this series coming up because Carolina's in a great position with their ranking right now. They've had a lot of positive momentum over the past couple series, and they're playing the number one team in the country. You want to test yourself against the best.
Right.
So let's see how we do this weekend, so we can look ahead to the postseason, hopefully down the road here for baseball.
Yeah. No, for sure. I mean, it's going to be an epic series, man. I mean, just two great teams. It'll come down to the little things, and there'll be 5 or 6 moments that really, I think, determine the winner of this series, of course. But I mean, it's just going to be. It's going to be college baseball at its finest, man. No other way to put it, and especially with expanding the capacity at Founders Park and getting even more rowdy roosters in there. I know the crowd is going to do their part for sure. So it's going to be a blast, I think.
Absolutely, rowdy roosters get loud tonight. Let's have a lot of ruckus in the stands. Let's keep it lighthearted and fun, but at the same time a little bit intimidating for the Razorbacks.
Right.
Let's
for sure.
Dogs.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Just a little bit here for the Rugby Up Show. I didn't go over the full scores of the Major League Rugby weekend over the weekend. Wanted to mention, like I said earlier, 52-7 Toronto against Seattle. NOLA, which is New Orleans, beat my Free Jacks by 1 point. And if you happen to look into anything with the highlights of that game, they were playing in a torrential downpour on a field that looked more like a lake. I mean, they were it looked like a swamp out there. And so it was very bad conditions. So they lost 29-30 against New Orleans down in New Orleans. The Legion, which is San Diego, beat Utah 31-29. Houston almost, I say almost, but it was a 13-point difference. They actually surprised people and were close in this game against L.A., the Giltinis, which is the worst name in sports. Houston lost to the Giltinis 35-48, so L.A. is still unbeaten. God, I hate L.A. Somebody beat those bastards. Austin beat Atlanta 17-15. Austin is also owned by the the person that owns LA. So they have an obnoxious name too. They're called the the Giltinis is LA, and Austin is the Gilgronis. So some jackass, some Australian multimillionaire bought these two teams and put his last name in the names of the nicknames of these two teams. So, I mean, you know, I'm a free market capitalist. So if you want to buy a team and name it whatever you want to, that's perfectly fine. You're welcome to do that.
Right.
But if you're going to call a team after your own name and like try to mix it in somehow, you're a dickhead. You know what I mean? Like it's just it makes people question the legitimacy of the league.
Yeah.
The league is just focused on expansion right now because that's how they make their money.
Right.
You know, you have to pay these millionaires have to pay the franchise fee to create a franchise in these cities.
Right.
So they don't really care about the branding, I suppose. And some people have this, they turn their nose up to the idea of these two teams being named after liquor cocktails, like the Giltinis and the Gilgronis. But my position on that is just like the Milwaukee Brewers. I mean, like alcohol and sports have been, you know, hand in hand forever. So that's not really my problem. It just sounds stupid. So.
Yeah. I would agree. Hey, really quick, Phil, before I let you go, I don't want to interrupt the Rugby Up show, but I'm just curious because obviously you're a diehard Gamecock, and I'm sure you're someone that you've watched the spring game every year. And again, you're a Gamecock football fan. There's no question. How much stock do you put in the spring game? Like, does it really move I mean, obviously we all love watching it, but like, does it move the needle for you? Like, do you ever leave the spring game like, oh, that guy's going to be a stud for us? Like, I mean, I'm just curious. Like, yeah, I'm just curious.
I mean, you know, when you're a student, you know, you get really invested in the spring game because it's like, oh, it's football in spring. You know, like we haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
So you get excited. You want to see the players play on the field, but you really can't put too much stock into what happens because, you know, for one, you're playing your own team.
Right.
And they're not really, you know, showing everything in the playbook at this point. They're just, you know, it's really just an exhibition for the fans. And, you know, that's really what it's all about. So I put very little stock into it. I mean, it's really for us to, you know, talk about things up until August and September when they actually get going. No, I mean, it's just for fun.
Yeah. I feel like it would be so obnoxious, like if I was that guy to like put out a show Monday, like assuming we play the spring game this weekend, but like to put out a show and be trying to draw like all these conclusions, like oh, because you know it's funny because like in the
spring game.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's definitely going to be takeaways, and I'm definitely looking forward to like, you know, and the tomorrow's show is going to be like a full breakdown on what I'm looking, because I'm looking forward to seeing like the new guys, and of course, what does Doty look like, and does, you know, who does have a good game, you know, what does the defensive depth look like? But yeah, I feel like if you're that guy that's like trying to draw all these conclusions, because like if you do something good in the game, well, something else bad is happening simultaneously. Like if we throw for a lot of yards, well, the secondary stinks. If we throw interceptions, it's like, okay, well, now our quarterback sucks. It's like you can't win, you know what I mean? Like you can't, I don't know. It's just kind of funny. And there's always that one guy, there's always that spring game standout that like never plays again. And you know, God bless him, whatever, it's great, but like there's always that one guy that like goes off, and then you're like, you don't even remember him being on the depth chart. Like, I remember 2 years ago specifically, remember it was Jamel Cook, the safety. We all thought he was going to be like a stud. I don't think he ever played again.
Right.
So, whatever. It is what it is.
It's interesting. I just thought about this before we get off the phone. Wouldn't it be interesting? I know this is not going to happen in COVID times, and the risk of injury is too much. But wouldn't it be kind of cool if we played another team for a spring game, and like each series we rotated the strings in and out, like first string, second string, so everybody can get a touch on the ball, but we actually play an opposition team, like some other team. Like
I think, dude, I think scrimmaging a team in spring, I think that would be genius. I mean, you could actually sell tickets to it. That's the thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I can't imagine trying to like
be a local team, so you don't have to pay for like some astronomical amount of travel. Like get South Carolina State to come up from Orangeburg.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not?
Exactly.
I don't know. Why not?
I think we just figured out something for the athletic program. Maybe they should start paying us money.
Yeah, no, for sure. Exactly. I agree. Let's send an email to Tanner.
He'll delete it immediately. But,
He definitely. So,
all right, partner.
all right, Phil, I appreciate you, man. Yep.
All right, bye.
All right, bye. Okay, so breaking news. Well, it's not necessarily breaking news yet, but Skyland just texted in. I'm just seeing on Twitter as well. And let me check something on my Gamecock app really quickly because somebody's saying the tickets are actually reflecting the new time for Saturday. Yep, for Saturday's game. The tickets have been changed, showing Friday at 2 o'clock and then Friday at 7. So it's looking like the Gamecocks are going to play a doubleheader. Hold on. I need to post this, guys. Okay, so the tickets are showing tomorrow at 2 and 7. So, I mean, it looks like there's going to be a doubleheader tomorrow, which I know for a lot of people that's going to piss people off and it's not going to make them happy. Selfishly, I cannot wait to just sit at the ballpark all day tomorrow, like literally. So they'll probably play it. They'll play at 2. Game will be 3 hours, 3.5. Game will get over about 5:30. Go grab you some dinner. Come back to the ballpark, 7 o'clock first pitch for game 3. So, yeah, that'll be interesting. Sean O'Brien says, great pod today. Marlar's awesome. Yeah, Marlar's a legend, man. Love that dude. Marlar's a legend. Really appreciate him taking the time to chat. It's always a good time. But, yeah, 2 and 7 is what it looks like tomorrow. No official announcement right now. But, I mean, the tickets literally reflect it. So I think that's about as official as you can get. Keith says, I have tickets for Friday's original game. Which game is mine? Game 2, which is at 2 o'clock. I'll be interested to see what they say about tickets, though. Because, I mean, are they going to make everybody leave after game 1 and then come back for game 2? Yeah, so Brandon Owens, what would have been Saturday's game? No, what was Saturday's game? Game 3 is at 7 o'clock tomorrow night, from what I'm seeing on my tickets. So tonight, game 1's at 7. Game 2 will be at 2 o'clock, and it'll be game 1 of the doubleheader tomorrow. And then game 3, what would have been game 3 or what will be game 3, and game 2 of the doubleheader will be at 7. Again, that's just what the tickets are saying. That's not official from USC or anything. But, I mean, if it's reflected on the tickets, I'd be pretty shocked if that's not the case. So that's what it looks like. So just take it for what it's worth, like I said. And like I said, what's going to be kind of cool, though, it'll be like a very much a regional feel tomorrow with baseball just all day long. So, and I think you had to, I think you had to do that. I think you did. You just had to do it, man. You can't take the risk and try to play Saturday and not get the game in. Yeah, I think you had to do it. So, how do you guys feel about that? I know that's probably going to piss a lot of people off, and I know a lot of people work, of course, on Friday and stuff like that. I mean, what do you guys think? That is a very interesting dynamic. I will say that. A 2 o'clock first pitch. And we do the Daily Crow noon to 1. So that's going to be like a pregame show. Because I'm literally going to finish up at 1 and walk, go straight over to the damn ballpark. Maddox Free, what's going on? What's up? Sean O'Brien says playing with the team makes way more sense, in my opinion. Scrimmaging. Yeah, no, I think that'd be awesome. Keith says the spring game's for fans only. You don't learn much. Yeah. And it's funny I'm saying all that, but I'll certainly have takeaways from the spring game. And we can't not. But it's things where like, hey, it's takeaways, but like it's not fact. You know what I mean? It's not like it's fact. just things you see. It's more so just about seeing the guys. You know what I mean? Just seeing them, what type of shape they're in or whatever. So, Cade, what's going on? What's up? Savannah Webster, I'm just glad I have flexibility to watch at work, a.k.a. my house. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I wonder what they'll do for the spring game. I just wonder. I mean, we're going to find out this afternoon, no question. No, so actually, hey, the doubleheader will be 2 9-inning games. From what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing, it'll be 2 9-inning games, not 7. It will not be, because, I mean, you think about it. If the games are at 2 and 7, that's a 5-hour window. That gives you plenty of time to play 9 innings. Yeah. So, no, it'd be 2 9-inning games, not 7-inning games. Yeah, 9-inning games. So, I think they wanted to make sure, which you think about it, I don't know why they didn't do that at LSU. Like, what was the need to play 2 7s? I just don't, Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. That's 843-790-3377. Yeah, it's weird that the tickets say game 3 would be at 2 o'clock, but game 2 would be at 7. I don't know how that would make any sense. I mean, not that it really matters for me because I have tickets to all 3 of the games, but like, why would game 3 be before game? That makes literally no sense. See, and that's I'm texting my buddy. He's telling me, he's like, no, game 3 got moved to 2 p.m. Game 2 is still game 2 at 7. So I'm like, okay, so do you start your guy you would have started on Saturday? I mean, that just seems so confused. I guess maybe for ticket purposes, maybe you're right. I don't know. I mean, that just that seems like a complete, like, so do you start Will Sanders at 2 p.m.? You don't do that, right? Like, you start your game 2 guy in the first game tomorrow. Right? Like, I mean, am I crazy? Am I taking loony pills right now? I feel like that's what you do. I feel like it's so confusing otherwise. I don't know. Like, Cade Grantham. So, of course, we play tonight at 7 o'clock. No issues. Game 1 will get going tonight, 7. My tickets, I just checked. They are showing that we are playing tomorrow at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock. Now, game 2 was originally scheduled for 7 o'clock tomorrow night, but it shows us also playing at 2 o'clock, which would make sense because playing Saturday is virtually impossible. The rain is not going to allow it. So, yeah. So it looks like we're going to play the second and third games tomorrow at Founders Park, which I would assume Gamecock Baseball is going to make an announcement at any moment, to be honest. Like I'm sure they're just finalizing it, but I'd have to imagine they're going to make an announcement here very, very shortly. I wonder if they'll do the spring game and the baseball game announcements at the same time. Keith says, I have 7 p.m. tickets for Friday and a hotel so I can stay over for the spring game. Boy, this is a mess. Yeah, I mean, it's the rain, man. I mean, there's not much there's not much they can do, right? I mean, if you can't play Saturday, you can't play. And I mean, like I said, from all accounts, it looks like it's going to be a damn monsoon on Saturday, or it's at least going to rain all day. So we need SC weather in here. We need Mitch in here to break it all down. Elizabeth Ballard says they should let everyone stay, fill up Founders, and get the Rowdy Roosters really crowing. Yeah. Seriously, let everybody stay over. Let everybody just stay through it. Who gives a damn? Savannah Webster, probably a silly question, but why isn't baseball ever played in the rain? You just can't realistically play it in the rain, and there's many reasons. I mean, number one, you just talk about the field. You know, the infield, the dirt, it gets muddy. You cannot play on a muddy surface. It's impossible. What happens when you hit a ground ball and it rolls through the mud? Can't do it. The ball gets wet, gets waterlogged, gets slick. Heck, your glove even soaks in water, gets heavy. It's just, the grip on the bat, everything. You just simply cannot do it. It's not being like soft. Like if it's drizzling, sure. But if it's a downpour, I mean, again, it's more so got to do even just with the field. Again, you hit a ground ball. What happens when you hit a ground ball and it plops in the mud? I mean, you just cannot play the game in those conditions. So, Kay Grantham, why not move the spring game to Sunday so they are not playing the same day? I mean, I think moving the spring game to Sunday is probably an option. I would say it's probably an option. I mean, I don't know for a fact, but you would think so. I don't know. I mean, apparently I think Marcus Satterfield just said they're still planning on Saturday, but I don't know. Savannah Webster, okay, gotcha. Just MLB play in the rain. Again, they'll play in the rain for a little bit, but once the conditions, get deemed as unplayable, they stop. So, Dakota, can you see a route to 8 wins in Beamer's first year? Do I see a route like best case scenario? Luke Doty is all everything, and your running back duo is fantastic, and receivers step up, and your young defensive backs, they step up and thrive, and your front seven's really as good as advertised and is getting after the quarterback. Best case scenario, could 8 wins happen? If you got to 8 wins, here's who you have to beat. Troy, ECU, and East Illinois, duh. Vandy, duh. Kentucky, Missouri, Tennessee, and maybe Auburn. Or, you're going to have to beat one of those teams out of Auburn, Florida, A&M, maybe upsetting a Georgia. But I'd say 8 is the absolute ceiling, man. And I think I hate to say it's being unrealistic, but just realistically, year one of Shane Beamer, like asking for 8 is I think almost 7-5 is more the ceiling, to be totally honest with you, man. Because come on, to think we're going to win all those games I mentioned. We could, don't get me wrong. Like I said, we're talking best case scenario, like everything clicks. Is it possible? Well, anything's possible, but realistically, I think getting to 8's asking too much of this team in year one. Just being realistic. So, Cade Grantham, Sunday night under the lights at Willie B. Hey, I don't care when they play. I just want to go to the spring game. So, yeah. I was really looking forward to Saturday, man. Honestly, seeing seeing all the fans and stuff like that. I hope you guys and everybody else is trying to go. I just hope all the fans can still make it out, I hope everybody can still make it out. Cam C says, what's your take on Wes? When is he going to go back to what he was at the beginning of the year? Maybe this weekend. I think, hey, this is a great weekend to break out. He's my key player of the weekend, man. So you need him to do his thing. You need him to be Wes Clark, right? And, yeah. So, yes, I mean, you need him to be that guy. Listen, I'm not worried about Wes Clark. He's still a really, really good hitter. Started off the year insanely hot, and he's kind of come back down to earth a little bit. But baseball's, you get hot, you get cold. He's been cold of late, and I think it'll come back around soon. I'm not worried about Wes Clark in that regard. I think Wes is still one of the best power hitters in all of college baseball, and I think he'll return to form soon. Kyle says, do you think this baseball can now be consistently good from this year following? Because with Kingston, I feel like it's good, then kind of good, then good again. I mean, yeah, this is only his fourth year. That's what I keep trying to tell people. This is only his fourth year. And in year one, they went to the Supers. Year two, they weren't good. Year three, they didn't have a season. So, yeah, I think you can certainly build consistency. I mean, you're recruiting, top 5, at minimum top 10 clip every single year. I mean, there's no excuse, right? You're going to get good ball players. Hey, next year is going to be really interesting because you're going to lose a lot out of your lineup. You're going to need guys to step up quickly in that lineup. But, bro, it's Carolina baseball. We reload. You know what I mean? Like, the expectation is the expectation. You recruit the best players in the country for a reason. So, yeah, I think certainly we can see this program get back to consistency, if nothing else. Let's see. Justin Kyle just called the ticket office. Baseball isn't official, but it's looking like a definite doubleheader tomorrow, and they will clear the stadium after the first game. Elizabeth Bauer says that they move it to Sunday, I'm assuming the spring game, we will be there. Justin Kyle, no official order in spring game, but looking like Sunday. Cade Grantham, are tickets still available for the spring game? I'm not 100%, but I'd imagine they are. I would just check on the website. If you go to footballs, go to Gamecocks Online, go to football, they'll have the link there. I would imagine there's still tickets available. I mean, they haven't said anything about them being sold out. And the last time they sold out, they did. So I just double check on the website. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls, 843-790-3377. I feel like our entire day, our entire, topic of conversations today have just revolved around scheduling and just not about playing, but when are we going to play? Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be an interesting weekend. Like I said, I think here's the thing. No matter what happens, I think we can all agree probably nothing happens Saturday, which will be weird, right? Like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my Saturday if everything gets moved off of Saturday. It's like, what do we do? What do we do? So, I don't know. Let's see. Hey, Chris, this is Luke Boyd. Sorry, I don't know how I somehow just got to this question. Luke Boyd, I believe this weekend could be called the final exam of the regular season. This series is going to show what kind of fight we have in that Garnet and Black pitching staff. I believe the boys are fired up and ready to go, knowing the stadium capacity is increased. I think definitely they're excited for that for sure. Caleb here, even though Kingston sticks by Thomas Farr, do you see him moving in the rotation anywhere other than the Friday night starter? Not at this moment, and I don't personally see it happening this season. I think Thomas Farr will get back to form. And again, like I told you guys earlier this week, I think if you move Thomas Farr in the weekend rotation, I think you create more problems than you solve. I do. I really do. So, I mean, unless he just completely goes to shit, which I don't see happening. Thomas Farr is a good pitcher. He's a good pitcher. He's in that spot for a reason. So, I don't see it happening. I think he'll be your Friday guy. Dakota, do you think Beamer hits the transfer portal hard in the next few off seasons like he did this offseason? I mean, dude, I think the transfer portal is just a reality of college football now. I think, do we get as many, quite as many? What did we get, like 8 or 9 this year, like 10? Almost double digits, I think. I don't know if we'll go that hard in the paint when it comes to the transfer portal. But, dude, I mean, I think a college football coach would be silly not to utilize the transfer portal. So I think certainly it's something. I mean, if you can go fill a need with a guy who's already played college football before and has produced, why would you not do that? I mean, you're taking much less of a risk with that kid than you are with the guy, that's coming out of high school that's never played a down of college football. So, I mean, I think certainly you're going to see coaches, not just Shane Beamer, continue to utilize the transfer portal, but are they going to hit it quite as hard? I mean, I can't imagine. I mean, we crushed the transfer portal this year. So, Kyle says, I hope West gets going, but if he continues to keep slumping, do you see him coming back for his senior season? I mean, anything is possible, but I don't think so. West is in his money year. He's in his draft year. I think he's gone after this year. So, Heather Lewis, am I the only one that still wishes they gave Hilinski a chance? Man, we have not talked and spoke that name on these airwaves in quite some time. I mean, listen, what happened. It is what it is. He's at Northwestern now doing his thing, and that's all you can really say about it. You know what I mean? There's nothing we say or think can change it. I will say it's crazy how we literally went from like Hilinski mania, and I was hanging up a Forever to 3 flag in my house, and we had Forever to 3 t-shirts we went from that to he's not even here anymore. Like I would have never predicted that when he signed with Carolina. I would have just never predicted that. So it is crazy, but just is what it is. Is what it is. Again, guys, taking your questions, comments, calls. We got just a few minutes left. Have just a few minutes left here on a Thursday, here on a game day. Gamecocks taking on Arkansas tonight. In case you guys missed it on today's podcast, I did pick the Hogs to win 2 out of 3. I'm sorry. I know many of you don't like that. You don't like hearing that projection. I need to see this team win a game 1. I need to see this team win a game 1, bottom line. So, and I think they can. I think they're more than capable. I know they're more than capable. I think we're capable of sweeping Arkansas, if you want me to be totally honest. But you got to go do it. You've got to go do it. I need to see this team actually go do it. So, Savannah Webster, did anyone check out any other teams' spring games this past weekend? Anything crazy? I assume Alabama is gross as always. I mean, yeah, Bama's Bama. I really didn't know. I wasn't that interested in watching other teams' spring games. Justin Kyle says, I might have 5 tickets available if they change it to Sunday, possibly. Well, guys, if you need tickets, hit up Justin Kyle. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people trying to get rid of tickets if that happens, man. And it's unfortunate. It sucks. I mean, but again, what's the other option? Not play it? You know what I mean? Like, they got to do something. So I just don't, looking at the weather, I don't think there's probably any way that they're able to get the game in on Saturday. There's just no way. And I mean, listen, you can play football in the rain, all that good stuff, whatever. But I don't think anybody wants to sit in rain showers to watch the spring game. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Savannah Webster, go Cox, beat Arky. Dakota, what team do you think we have the best chance of upsetting this fall? Well, I'm not going to include Auburn because we beat them last year. So I'm not, because I think we have a great chance to upset them, but I'm not going to include Auburn. I would say out of Florida, Georgia, Clemson, A&M. Those are the 4 big ones, right? Out of those 4 teams, I would probably say I feel good about Florida at home. I do. I'll tell you this. I don't feel good about Georgia. I feel terribly about A&M. I mean, A&M, I have no hope for A&M. And unfortunately, I don't see it happening this year against Clemson. But Florida, I think, at home, we always seem to play them tough. They're going to be replacing a lot of key pieces. I think that could be an upset game. So Again, guys, going to go ahead and wrap it up. Hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in. This was a lot of fun today. Game day edition. And hey, stay tuned to the Spurs Up Show, of course, for all the updates. You know, who knows what's going to happen with baseball, football. Again, it's looking like a doubleheader tomorrow for baseball at 2 o'clock and 7 o'clock, 2 9-inning games. Spring game, does it get played on Saturday? Do they move it to Sunday? Whatever it might be. Last thing, love your show, Chris. Your friend Robbie Davis. Go Cox and heck with Arkansas. Robbie Davis, appreciate you always, my friend. But hey, thank you guys so much. Seriously, I appreciate you guys. I'll never stop being grateful for the love and support, man. You guys, give me the opportunity to live out my dreams and pursue my passions and do this every single day and truly, truly do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much again. Quick reminder, check out the podcast that dropped this morning. Full prediction, conversation with Chris Marler ahead of Saturday's spring game. Really, really good stuff. And, appreciate you guys tuning in as always, guys. Go Cox. Beat Arkansas. We'll talk to y'all